morning, people. It's been a long time since I've spoken to you when we've been out on the bike. At least it feels that way anyway. I hope you've had a cracking weekend, to be fair. Check us out, I'm wearing an old retro Rafacono GLT winter jacket. It brings back good memories. And no reason really, I'm just kind of out of pedaling winter wear. It's like the first time that's happened. Well, I'm racing down the road at the minute to try and get to Binia Cycling Club's structured Sunday ride. And Charlie's parents live at 200 metres above sea level. It's pretty cold up here. And the mist and the rain and whatnot has come in. I'm having to make a beeline for sea level and head into Poot to meet up with the guys. Oh, we can't see anything today, but still the Grendrite looks pretty spectacular. Just got up the second climb of the ride up Rehoboth Road. For those of you that know, it's like a real steep lane, like 20%. It literally comes out of nowhere. It looks like somebody's put it there as a joke. And we're going to treat that as a 1 minute max. And we started the effort, and like the three of us like nearly came off because we hit some like really loose gravel in the centre of the road. So we had to walk up. But the rest of the riders got up there no problem. They managed to get their 1 minute effort in. We'll just probably do it somewhere else, but that's the second effort. First effort was like a 10-minute effort up a lane that, well, again, it's a climb, but it's really easy to use climbs as like your effort. So just making sure that for this climb in particular, it was really good for like spinning and then grinding the gear. So there's some small flat sections and then some like more kind of severe steeper sections, and it's kind of like doing a Chris Froome, you know, you spin up the gear on the flatter section and then you go back to your normal kind of cadence on the climb. It's a pretty decent way of doing over and under.
So,
what's your heart rate been? 130?
113 now. Oh. I know that didn't work as well as I thought it would, but I think regardless, like, we're still doing something structured.
Yeah.
Like regardless, even if you do 3 sprints or 7 sprints,
Yeah.
like you're still actually doing it.
Yeah.
So,
Stimulating, not systemic.
yeah. Like, yeah, now, like, you weren't at one pace, you were doing different things. And,
that's a real skill, isn't it? You to change pace on a climb.
yeah.
You know?
That's where they win the Grand Tours. Changing pace on a climb.
The third effort went quite well up what's known on Strava as the Fandango, and it's like a 1.8k climb at like 4%, and we used that as like a climb in which you could do zone 3 for like about kind of like a minute, and then you would do like a 10-second surge, zone 3 for a minute, 10-second surge, zone 3, 10-second surge. Something to mix it up. And you know, these rides the last few weeks have really kind of got traction and got people like riding the bikes and thinking differently about riding the bikes and like training ahead of 2019. Those of you that leave comments saying like it's great you're still involved with the club and, you know, giving something back, to me it's a no-brainer, just because I've been part of the club, you know, ever since. I've never left. and I never will either, probably. So like for me, it's just like riding and like trying to pass on information, and what with, you know, coaching and things like that, it's just something else that I can do to help people. And you know, today's ride kind of typifies that. For me, it's like we've done this ride today. We've had like 10 people on bikes on the structured Sunday training ride, if you want to call it that. We've done a couple of efforts. People have got like maybe a total of like 30 minutes out of the 2 hours riding at zone 3, and they've also got 1 minute maximum, and they've got a few seconds, well, I guess intensity. So they're kind of getting a lot out of what they're doing. And you know, aside from that, it works hand in hand with what the club is doing as well. So we're doing lots of rides where we're catering for lots of abilities. So now I'll start to introduce kind of those higher end, those anaerobic efforts. But yeah, like these little things you start to change. It's all about giving the body a stimulus. That goes back to why we're doing these rides with Binya as well. It's giving people a different stimulus, training the body in a different way, and it adapts differently. It's a very, very simple principle, but sometimes gets overlooked. So that's kind of like the takeaway from this. It's about changing, always changing, creating different stimulus. It doesn't have to be like the effort you do. It could just be as simple as, instead of doing a 3-day training cycle and a day off, and a 3-day training cycle and a day off, which a lot of pros actually do, it might just be that you do a 4-day cycle and a day off, and a 4-day cycle and a day off, just for maybe a 2-week period. It's just little stimuluses, changing the way you think.